Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, today isn't necessarily Pirate 101 week, but it is news week. Well, no, it's not news week, it's just news day. Basically, if you don't know, KI does this thing called KI Live, where they give a rundown of their future plans, possibly, kind of give out some stuff, and, have a good time. So, right here, as you can see, these are the plans that they discussed in last KI Live. I'm going to be going over them today. But first, I would like you to please follow the Atmoplex in the description. I'll leave them there. It's the Twitter account I get everything from. It's an amazing news source and, digs through the game files and stuff like that to find stuff. And I think that that's really cool and really respectable what he does for the community. So that is why I urge you to go follow them. But today, I'm going to be going over some game updates that was planned and kind of discussing my thoughts on them. So first off, this was on January 28th, which was yesterday as of uploading this video, and yesterday as of recording. And, they had some things to discuss. So the first thing on this list, plans for Wizard 101 will continue the same as they were. There are some cool things in the spring update, which they may tease in the next KI Live. They're looking at possible ways to add what they want to do, so exactly as what they were planning to do and more. So basically, the MGI acquisition has not affected their plans for Wizard 101 at all. They're going forward with what they want to do. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully, I imagine New World will come out this fall. If not, New World will definitely come out next year. Definitely something to look forward to, and there's a lot of more updates on this list that are more interesting than that, to be honest. Name changes in the works for W101. Hopefully it will release this year. I don't know what that means. I hope they're not changing the name of the game. I don't know what they're doing. But it exists, so be wary. There is currently no information on the console/mobile ports, which means realistically we don't know much about them yet. But if I had to hazard a guess, I would say they probably will be released in 2022, maybe. Definitely, I don't think they'll be released this year. Unless they put a ton of people on the KI team right now, I really doubt it. I think they'll be wanting to focus more on game updates than they want to be focusing on the console/mobile parts. Changing the game's engine would take a great deal of effort and time. We know that obviously this is one of the issues with the game, is that the game engine is old and outdated, but it is doable. It is able to be worked on, and the problem is that changing it is going to take a lot of time. Now obviously this is true for every game, as changing the game engine takes a lot of work because you need to rework the game from the ground up. So personally, I don't see them changing the engine in the near future at all. They would need like a full team to work on rebuilding the game from the ground up with the engine so that it works and everything fits together. I just don't see that happening, at least not right now. So don't expect an engine change in the near future. An interesting thing is that the second chance chest in Castle Darkmoor is the most open in the game. This obviously makes sense because the Darkmoor gear is the best in the game. Well, not realistically the best. The robe is the best for a lot of wizards until literally level 140. So obviously it makes sense that the most open chest would be the second chance chest in Darkmoor. I'll admit I'm guilty to throwing in probably tens of thousands of crowns into Darkmoor because I don't want to farm it over and over and again because it is a painful dungeon. Gulchers are planned to eventually be in crown shop bundles, so this means that if you have been looking for a Gulcher for a long time, it potentially could be solved because you might not have to look for it anymore. They will be fixing some bugs in Pirate 101. I don't know specifically about those myself. I haven't played Pirate 101 long enough to encounter one, but I do know from what I've experienced, one of my pets literally ear blasts me every single time it uses an ability. It is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I need to take off my headphones every time it does it. It's extremely painful. Please fix that. Second, apparently there's some kind of bug in Aquila that I've heard about on stream. I don't really know what it is, but it exists. They're talking about updates for the Decathlon, but nothing's changed yet. That's pretty expected. They plan on doing free membership again at some point in the future, and they're still collecting data on the impact it had, which should be finished in February. So, obviously, this is crazy because they hadn't done free membership until this December. Planning on doing it in the future is important because I think it drew a lot of people into the game, and I'm excuse me, I'm willing to bet that it caused a lot of people to buy membership that hadn't bought it before because they're interested in the game again. So I think it's a good idea for kingsisle. Whip animation should be fixed in the next big game update. I don't know if this means the actual whip dance, like, you know, I don't know if they're whipping. I don't know what's happening, but you know, that should be poggers. There will eventually be more culturally inclusive hairstyles. I don't know exactly what they mean by this, but I'm assuming they just mean like different types of hair throughout the world, which is pretty cool. You know, I know that culturally emo isn't a thing, but if you want an emo hairstyle, I think that would be pretty poggers. Wizard101, just saying. Celestial spellements will be obtainable without crown soon. This is important to note. I responded to just someone like literally yesterday saying that Ship of Fools won't be crowns forever, and it's not going to be. Trust me when I say those spells will come out as you know, free to play, which is really important to note because Ship of Fools is probably the best spell in the entire game right now, so look out for that. A guild type system is currently going through the initial design process right now, but it isn't guaranteed to ever release, and it may or may not be in 2021. Guilds would be interesting, but I don't think that's a large part of the game that would be cool. I feel like it wouldn't really impact gameplay at all, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Other things are coming soon that will require larger groups of people, so that just means that there are updates coming in the future that will require people, either that or they mean in-game more than 4 players. I don't know, something like that. There's a chance that Rat and Scorpion will return, but writers think that they may have done a bit too much of that in the past with villains returning. Thank you. Thank you. Don't make them return. We've only seen Malice there a solid 4 times and Morganth however many. Obviously, okay, so Morganth isn't really as a problem to that, but you know who is a problem is like Belloc, who we see 3 times, and like stuff like that, who's just not very nice. It's not very good. Please stop doing it. Thank you. Decius responded with a wink emote to the possibility of having 8 players in one dungeon. I'm assuming because it's Decius, it means Pirate101. I'm pretty sure that this latter half is Pirate101, which is actually pretty cool. 8 players in one dungeon and Pirate would work, I feel. They would just need to, you know, make the checkerboard extremely large, which is, you know, easy. In Wizard101, it's not easy at all, because, and you physically probably can't do that because the dual circle only allows 4 on one side. Pirate101 would be a significantly easier, so that's pretty cool. Decius is slowly revamping the old packs and bringing them back. I'm assuming this is to make it more viable to buy them. I'm assuming we'll probably see some new packs as well. Decius does not have a way to do member elixirs in Pirate101 yet. It took months of tech time to do it and get it working in Wizard101. Yeah, I could see that. I understand why, and I think that it's important to note that it might not be possible in the near future. Personally, I don't really care about that, but I know to some people it does matter. We probably will see it in the future, though. We will never get TC vaults according to Decius. I'm assuming this, I don't really know what constituted a TC in Pirate101, but it could be in Wizard101 that it means, which kind of is shit, but don't worry about it. Housing Roundtable is being worked on and should be sometime in February. I don't really know what this means, but meh. Only 74.3% of players who logged in December completed a quest. 18.1% was for daily quests. So basically what it's saying is they probably want it to be closer to 90 to 100% of players who log on complete a quest, because it means that significant amounts of people are coming in and just not doing anything or only doing PvP. They want their game to be to a wider amount of people than that, and they want, you know, more people to be interested in more things. For Wizard101, they're laying the foundations for long-term projects to keep the game alive for 10 to 20 plus years. That is a lot of years. That means when I am in my 30s to 40s, they plan on Wizard101 still being a thing. So, you know, maybe when I'm 40, I'll be uploading to Kaiser Noah, and saying, hey, guess what, boys? Wizard101 time. You know? Okay. DCS will look into two-person mounts for Pirate 101, but thinks it will take coding, which he can't do himself. Again, Pirate 101 needs a bigger team. I really hope they get one in the future. DCS has a full-screen, borderless, and UI scale suggestion for Pirate 101 written down. Thank you. I am so tired of recording in a 16 by 900 window because I can't record full screen, because if I do, I tab out and then the game pauses. I can't do that. Please put it in the window borderless. I don't think you guys, or full screen borderless. I don't know if you guys understand just how almost vital that is for YouTubers. I mean, it is for me anyway. I don't have a second monitor, so it's really important to tab out. KI urges patience for further news after the acquisition. Again, people are, demanding news. They are still getting their stuff back together, so please give them some time. And there are no plans to make the first Wizard 101 arc completely free to play at this time. I expected this. Any who expected different are probably just deluded, to be completely honest. I don't know why you'd expect anything different. The idea that kingsisle would give up a large portion of their income is just kind of crazy. So I think it's possible to make the complete Wizard City free, maybe even some Krokotopia, but no way the full arc one. If I had to guess how they're going to do it and how I would personally do it from a business standpoint, is make all of Wizard 101 free and make the first quest entering Krokotopia free, but you can't do any other content in Krokotopia until you get a membership. This would make it so that people are interested and they want to start Krokotopia, but they physically can't. So basically what they've done now, except shift it back a full like 4-5 more levels. But that's basically it. There's a code here, don't know if it still works. If it does when you're doing this, cool. But that's it for this video. I have a college class to get to soon. If you enjoyed, please drop a like at the sub button. Let me know what you think about this future news. I think some of this is really cool. The specific standouts being the Celestial Spell Elementals will be attainable without crowns. The fact that they're working on long-term projects to keep it alive for 10 to 20 years, and full-screen borderless and UI scale suggestion for Pirate 101 is written down and possibly going to be in the works in the future, because that is really important for me. So again, if you enjoyed, drop a like, hit the sub button. I appreciate all the support I've gotten recently. I hit 720 subs. Didn't expect to hit that. I only hit 700 like 2 days ago. You guys are kind of crazy. My channel's going like this. Not ready for it to go like this. It's been going like this for about 5 years. Either way, hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Have a fantastic day.